Hey guys, welcome back for another unboxing with Poppin' Games. In this video, we're going to be unboxing Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma for the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch 2. This is going to be the first of our Nintendo Switch 2 unboxings, the first of many, and you can see the covers for both of them right here. This one is the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, of course, as it is for the Switch 2, and we have the same art on both front covers. Down below you can see that the game is rated T and developed and were published by Marvelous, and on the Switch 2 version it says includes the Nintendo Switch game and the Nintendo Switch 2 edition upgrade pack. The upgrade pack also is available separately, and you can find more information on the website. Looking at the spines, we're going to see a red spine on the Switch, and the Switch 2 has a white spine. So as far as I know, every Switch game for the Switch 1 has a red spine. It'll be interesting to see if they keep some sort of consistent pattern for the Switch 2. So far, I'm seeing that we have the white spine with the red logo here for the Switch 2. And they are both Y-fold copies. You can tell from the top that the Switch 2 copy is actually in a red case from the plastic itself. And now looking at the backs, it says, enter the eastern lands of Azuma, experience Rune Factory reimagined. The celestial collapse has shattered Azuma and halted the power of runes. Now the gods of nature have vanished, leaving crumbling mountains and withering fields, and the people with nothing, not even hope. That's going to be the same on both copies. And then we have 6 shots of gameplay, and they say, make a home and life in 4 seasonal villages as you travel the land on a grand adventure. Design and develop villages and use Earth Dancer powers to restore nature. And then moving down to the play modes. On the Switch 1, it's single player across the board and Pro Controller compatible. And on the Switch 2, it is also single-player across the board, Pro Controller, well, Switch 2 Pro Controller compatible. It says also playable with Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers and Nintendo Switch Pro Controllers. So if you had any doubt that the Pro Controller or Joy-Cons were compatible with Switch 2 from the Switch 1, there is the first sign of proof on a game case that they are. And these are rated T due to fantasy violence, mild suggestive themes, language, and use of alcohol. All right. We don't see anything about a required amount of storage, so I'm not sure if we're actually going to see a game card as opposed to just a key card on the Switch 2 version, but we'll see what we have inside and see if we can glean the answer from that information. Plastic does feel the same on the Switch 2. It doesn't feel like that thick, higher quality plastic that you get on like Japanese games. And let's start right off with the Switch 2. Okay, so as you can see, the case is indeed red, and here we do have what I'll be referring to as the game card. I'm pretty sure the game will be on this in this case, but it's a red game card as well. Very nice, keeping with this red stylization. Even though the Switch 1 also kind of had a red theme, Switch 2 seems to be really steering into that. And then we also have this special report on Azuma. Let's take that out and take a look at what we have here, maybe like an art book or something. We'll find out in just a moment. Okay, so table of contents. Quite a lot of pages in this little book, actually. Okay, and then let's see behind the front cover. We have this image. It's a little harder to see it through the red plastic, but there you go. Okay, let's actually take the game card out. This is the first time we're doing Switch 2 games. Take a closer look at it. There you have it. And then looking at the back, visibly it looks the same as a Switch 1 cartridge, or game card, I should say. And packaging seems the same as well, just different color. All right, and now we'll move on to that boring old Switch 1 copy. Just kidding, Switch 1's great. And it seems like we're gonna have pretty much the same stuff, same booklet, same image behind the front cover. Let's compare the game cards. They do have pretty much the same thing on them. It's just laid out a little bit differently, and of course the Switch 2 says Switch 2. So there you have that. All right, and that'll do it for this unboxing of Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma for the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. As always, thank you guys for staying tuned to Poppin' Games for these unboxings. And if you enjoyed this one, you can let us know by liking, commenting, subscribing, and clicking the bell. And if you'd like to learn more about us or purchase games like these for yourself, you can check us out at poppingames.com, which you'll find linked down in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.